Hi, it's Will from StormTheCastle.com, and here on YouTube you know me as Epic Fantasy. And this is my latest video tutorial. This is a fun little foam board project. Oh, well, I shouldn't say little. It's a big foam board project. It is how to make ice from Game of Thrones. This is Ned Stark's sword. Fun and interesting project, and you're probably wondering how I get it so big. It's I've interlocked pieces here, and I'll show you how to do that interlocking so you can get a bigger sword like this. So that's one thing about it, and it's actually pretty easy. And also, I've put a blood groove in this sword, which I like. It's got the fuller. It's called a fuller. It's not really a blood groove, but people know it is the blood groove. And a neat little trick there I used is I use a paper towel tube because it's got that nice curve to it. And then I cut it out and I installed it in there, if you can see that. Right? Kind of neat. So you can make a sword with a blood groove, a foam board or cardboard sword with a blood groove. And that's what it is. So easy project, big sword, pretty durable and strong. You can use this thing from Game of Thrones. See, winter is coming. And that's that. And you can use regular foam board for this. I have a template for it right here. I'll show it. You can download the template, gives you all the parts, and make this. And it all fits on a regular sheet of foam board. I know sometimes I use the big foam board sheets. You can't get them too easily. You get a special order them. So I planned it all out for a regular foam board. So let's ice from Game of Thrones. Very big sword, blood groove. I like it. Let's launch into the intro, and then we will do how to make it. Thanks for watching. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Dioramas, origami, catapults, and trebuchets, telescopes, terrariums, bonsai trees, and paper games, swords and shields, and real blacksmithing, model rockets, animation. I teach the art of real creation. StormTheCastle.com. Let's make something. Okay, print up that template, and it is 17 pages long. Sorry about that, but there's not a whole lot of ink on it, so it won't be wasteful on your ink. But I wanted to do it that big so that way you had every single piece. You don't have to make any guesses about any of this. So cut out all those various pieces, and then assemble them together like this. And you don't end up with a full sword. Don't try to put a full sword together. That's because this all interlocks. The sword itself has 6 different segments. And I will show you that, and it's clearly explained in the book, in the template booklet. See, and that's what you got. So now you take those pieces and you put them on foam board or cardboard, and you trace them out. And I've done all of this so you can work with the normal 30-inch foam board that you can buy in Walmart for $1. You don't have to use the big sheets of foam board that you've probably seen me use sometimes. Everything fits on the regular foam board, which is kind of nice. So go ahead and cut those all out. And see the 6 pieces like that? And this is how they assemble. And you can see it's like you were laying bricks. The interlocking pieces give the blade some strength so it doesn't, bend or break or fall apart on you. Just like that. So go ahead and place them like that and then glue them. I had a lot of fun with this project, and I tried a couple of new techniques with this particular sword, which including the interlocking blade, so you can get a really long blade, and this one's like almost 5 feet long, and putting the blood groove in it, the fuller. That was kind of a new thing I gave a try, and it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. So now let's assemble the cross piece, the guard. You take a big piece and you put 3 of the smaller ones on each side, left and right. Kind of builds a little assembly there. See, 1, 2, 3. And this video, for about 20 seconds here, I'm going to shut up because this video is a little long, but I want you to see how this goes. Then the sword goes right in the middle like that. It fits right in like a puzzle piece. There you go, it looks really good. Then you put the final crossbar piece on top of that and glue it down. All told, there are 18 pieces in this sword. That's only because you need a nice thick 3-layer, and it's actually 5 of the cross piece, but a nice thick 3-layer blade so it stays strong at that length. It's a very long sword, both on the handle and the blade. So there you go. Looks good. Now let's put the fuller in it. That's the blood groove. And if you want to know how a real one is made on a real sword, I do have a video for that. I will pop the link in at the top of this video. George, that gully there is down the center of the blade, and it's 3/4 of an inch wide. So that's important. Make it the groove 3/4 of an inch wide, all the way near the tip like that, and then cut that out. And we're going to remove the total top piece of foam board, not just the top layer of paper, but all the foam board that makes up the top piece in the 3-layer stack. So remove all that stuff. And I used a screwdriver to just scrape it right out. Now to make the actual fuller. And you know, an interesting thing about the fuller is people think of it as a blood groove, but it actually isn't. Having that shape in the center of the sword like that actually strengthens the sword. It's a geometry thing. Makes the sword stronger. So now this is a normal paper towel tube. And I cut 1-inch strips out of it. Right, those 1-inch strips are going to fit right in our 3/4 inch fuller gully that we made. Looks good. Now you could lay those right in the sword like that, but if you want it to look better, see, like this, and push it all the way down, and glue it down like that if you want. But if you want it to look better, get yourself some 1-inch wide masking tape, and tape a bunch of them together to make up the total length of the sword. And I think the blade was, the fuller was actually, I think, 34 inches in length, I think, but check that. So tape together like this, pieces of your paper towel tube, to make one complete fuller, so there's not much for gaps between it or any aberrations in it. And then you can go ahead and use the 1-inch tape as a guideline for cutting. So you get a nice straight 1-inch wide fuller. And I think it's a good technique. I like it. It's kind of nice to a sword. I'm sure I'll do this again with a sword in the future. And then go ahead and glue that in. Hot glue works the best. If you use a regular white glue, you're going to have trouble because you need to press it in there while it dries. So you'll have to put something in here to get it to hold down tight while it's drying. But a hot glue gun, you can just hold it for, 30 seconds. And of course, do the other side of the sword too. Now sand everything down so it's all nice and smooth. It looks really good. And you can do that by hand, but if you have a belt sander, go ahead and use that. It really helps a lot. Now there are gaps where the blade assembles together. You can leave them, or you can patch them up with some wood putty. Or try something else, some white glue if you let it dry. Just to get rid of those cracks. But that's optional. So let's paint it. We're going to paint the blade first, and we're going to use spray paint, so I want to mask off the handle stuff, all the guard stuff in the handle. That way the spray paint doesn't get on it. And paint it silver. Do several light coats if you want it to look really good. And then the pommel and the tips of the guard, left and right there, are gold. Almost done, hang in there. And thanks for watching this far into the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this project. Leave a comment, leave a question, leave a suggestion for a project. I read almost all the comments. So let's finish up the painting and we'll be done with this sword. Remove your tape if you're going to use a regular paint, and I'm using gray for the guard. And this is in 3 times speed. And the guard looks good. And then brown on the handle. And you can go crazy with that handle if you want. You know, add patterns, add whatever. You could even wrap this with leather work if you wanted. That's it. This isn't on the actual sword, but I added on there, winter is coming. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know what that means. That's it. We're ready to slay a dragon. And that thing is really strong. It's really, really works well. Look at it. Close to 5 feet in length overall. And you can take this out for Halloween or something and actually use it. It's going to hold up for you. It's the beauty of foam board and hot glue gun. The dragon is dead right now. Okay, here's some other projects. Dawnbreaker from Skyrim. Sauron's Mace. Lower right is Daedric Sword. And the lower right is the Blades of Chaos from God of War. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button.